What should your review strategy be going into 2022? My name is Stephen Pope. I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why review generation is pretty much dead for Amazon sellers. When you try and generate reviews, there's so many strategies that people used to use. Really, the first strategy, if we go back historically, was to send an email asking for a review. Seller Labs created Feedback Genius, and it worked for years. Many other businesses came out, and eventually Amazon said, hey, stop sending our customers emails. So pretty much right now, requesting a review via email, not a best practice. In fact, a generally very risky technique. I discourage it. I don't recommend it. Amazon, back in May of 2021, came out with the request a review button. And you can basically go into an order and click a button to request a review. Now, this button would send a script, which was one size fits all, couldn't customize it, couldn't put your incentives in, whatever else. So from our data gathering, we really didn't see much a lift from this either. I do recommend this tactic, but you're going to go from, so if we look at like how many people actually leave a review, right? Let's say that the average across all categories was the same. It's going to be about 1%. So that means you need to generate 100 orders to create a single product review. Sounds like a lot of orders to go generate. But if you think about it, any technique such as the request a review button is going to take you from one review per 100 and possibly bump you up to about 1.5. So not a big needle move, but still technically a 50% increase. So using the request a review button, definitely recommended. There are many tools out there that can help automate this with a push button. So instead of having to go into each individual order, you can then go in bulk, click a button, and it'll do it for the whole account once a month. It's not completely automated, but many tools out there do offer that. I don't have a preference of one over the other. They're all pretty much the same. So with that in mind, I basically have impacted the fact that review gen is extremely difficult right now. Another tactic that is completely black hat and is finally for the first time seeing Amazon do some crackdown is product insert review generation. Now, my phone is ringing off the hooks right now with people calling me and saying, hey, Amazon is requesting me to remove my inventory because we're using a product insert. What I've seen the common trend is that every single one of these instances, the product insert in some shape or form is requesting a review. I have yet to see Amazon crack down on any other type of product insert. Essentially, and then this is especially rampant in supplements, you would have businesses that would put a sticker under the cap, that would put a card or a postcard. They might even, in some instances, I've seen this personally on my own customer orders, they would even mail you 1 week later after you receive the product, which means they used Amazon's APIs to grab your address, which is a complete no-no to be able to market customers, etc. And then they would send you an incentive, get a free product. All you got to do is leave a review, or we'll give you a $20 gift card. You're a winner, right? You've seen all of the shady product inserts. They work. They're totally black hat. And over a year and a half ago, you could find some of my video content where I talk about how I predicted that Amazon was going to do rampant clampdowns on this. Now, I was a little early because the real rampant crackdown is now just starting in the last couple of months. So what's happening is Amazon is allowing sellers to report other sellers. And if you see somebody is using an incentivized review, whether they're doing it in email, product inserts, or any other shape or fashion, rebates, you name it. You've seen, I didn't even talk about rebates. That was like one of the second original review generation strategies. And basically, if you can report a competitor and prove it, screenshot, picture, you name it, Amazon is reviewing these very seriously. And I don't personally believe Amazon or FBA has any time to randomly audit your inventory. They're not going to go open up some stuff and take a look at it. However, if they get a report, it's very easy for them to just go look at the products that are getting the reports. And so what can happen is they can go look at the report, go to the FBA bin, pull a product, and say, oh, yeah, these guys have a product insert. And it says, oh, you're a winner. Or it says, yeah, just for your next free bottle on us, just leave a review, whatever it might be, right? So they can do that very easily at scale. So that's what I think is happening right now with Amazon reviewing product inserts. So here's what you need to do going into 2022. Don't mention the word review in any marketing material. Zip, none. Push button, okay. But no emails, no product inserts mentioning the word review. Don't do it. You are a high-risk activity right now, not only of suspension of the account, but in most instances, Amazon is forcing the removal of your inventory at FBA if you have a product insert that references any review generation or incentives. So what should you do instead? This is why on the thumbnail I said review generation, giant X, not working, but order generation and engagement are in. So I like to say you need orders to get orders, right? That's a weird saying, but in the Amazon space, honeymoon periods and other order gen velocities has increasingly proven effective that if you get lots of orders by any means necessary, it will continue to generate additional orders. One example ratio of this is how if you generate a PPC order, it'll generate 3 organic orders over 6 months. Now, I made that stat up to be clear, but it's generally holds true, right? It's logical. So if you can generate orders from making more orders, then this is an effective review strategy. So again, if we go back to that statistic, for every 100 orders, one person is going to leave a review. So if you could then generate hundreds of additional orders, you're basically generating reviews. So I'm not advocating for free product giveaways, rebates, or anything like that. What I am saying, though, is go spend a crap ton of money on PPC, even at break-even / slightly a loss. The more money you spend on PPC, the more orders you generate. You're going to get conversions on keywords, and you will generate reviews. Now, this strategy is expensive, but it is currently, in my opinion, the most effective. And I've proven this repeatedly on my channel. Back in May, I did a video about my mom's spa set. And this item generated $144,000 in 3 weeks from its launch date. And I only had a single product review for the first 3 weeks. So I've proven you can launch an item without review generation ahead of time. Now, the reports and the studies that I've read is your real magic number is 20. Once you hit 20 reviews, you've pretty much maximized the review conversion bonus until you're in the hundreds of reviews, right? So like basically what I'm saying is the difference between review number 1 through 19 versus review number 20 is substantial on the listing, not necessarily required, right? I've just showed you I could launch an item for $144,000 in gross revenue back in May of 2021 in Mother's Day. And I just had a good launch plan, a good launch time period. I think I spent like $11,000 on ads, no more than that. And so really good tacos and ACOS, et cetera, right? Sold out, good story. So I've proven you don't need reviews to launch the item. But in addition to that, as you scale, so it's like review number 20, review number 100, 200, and then 1,000. Those are like the markers, but your return for like conversion boost at each of these levels is inconsequential to like 90 other strategies. So long story short, stop worrying about the dude with 4,000 reviews. Customers know, or at least believe, that a substantial portion of those are fake reviews. Now, because I've never done any review generation strategies beyond like the classic email sends from, a couple of years ago when those were working. I stopped that practice more than a year and a half ago. I have, I believe, about 10,000 reviews across my personal brands, Age of Sage and Momster, with an effective, authentic rate of near 100%. And 5-star reviews rounded up, usually right around a 4.6 average across my products. And so like you don't have, basically what I'm trying to say is you don't have to freaking game the review system to have a good product review rating. Now, of course, there's a bunch of black hat actors out there. They'll come in and leave a product negative review, but like I don't stay up at night worrying about that. I just basically, ignore it essentially. Now, you can go through and request a review removal. Right now, some person just writes no too cute, not what I was expecting, right? Like, okay, yeah, I don't know why 5 people thought that review was helpful. It's obviously not. You can't come in and hit report abuse and try and report and remove them, but this review does not violate any Amazon terms and conditions. Your return rate on review removal is less than 3% at best. And even on the ones that are like, yeah, my competitor wrote the review and it's not even a verified review, still less than 3%. Like it's really rough. But in any case, the point I'm trying to make here is reviews is not the point of the Amazon seller strategy any longer. So what can you do now? I recommend that you change your product insert strategy to do something where you offer an incentive to engage your brand. So this is a brand called New Wave Swim Buoy. I've mentioned them a few times over the years. My good friend owns this brand. And here we have an Instagram account with 20,000 posts. If you look at the hashtag, there's over 40,000 posts just on his hashtag. That means at least 20,000 other posts that this account didn't create. That's at least, because obviously he didn't hashtag his own brand name on all 20,000 of his own posts, have posted under this Instagram hashtag. And so what happens is when you look at what the Instagram hashtag does is you have a ton of user-generated content. These are what I'm calling engagements. Now, this brand, it's pretty easy to get people to want to participate with it because everybody wants to take a picture of them looking good with some New Wave swim buoys, right? Like, hey, check me out in my nice swimsuit, et cetera, et cetera. And so this brand, it's very easy to get those user engagements. What you can do is this: put a product insert together and offer a $20 incentive for them to post a picture of them using your product on Instagram and make sure that they use the hashtag for your brand name. What this does is it creates engagement signals for anybody that looks for your brand online. They'll see all the user-generated content. It will increase your conversions just from an anxiety-reducing standpoint. So it's effectively allowing user generation content to be your review strategy. And there's a lot of benefits to this. You can then take all of these products, right? And so for New Wave Swim Buoy, they're a buoy and a cap and a bunch of other accessory items, right, for swimming and whatnot. And so what can happen then is you can take these items and then go over to Amazon social posts. And to get to social posts, you can do this one of two ways. The fastest way is just to go to your brand store page and click on the post icon. And here, what do these pictures look like? The Instagram posts, don't they? So you can then take this user-generated content, repurpose it for various purposes, including your Instagram for Amazon social posts. I say Instagram for Amazon because that's basically what Amazon social posts is. It's just social. It's just like an Instagram photo, right? So then you have all this new user-generated content. What happens to these photos, and by the way, the second way you can find social posts is by going to an actual product page on a mobile phone and just scrolling 3/4 the way down. And so what happens is you get thousands of free impressions on your competitor listings. So what happens is you get a social post, which is a free visibility of your product ad on another product without any cost. So this system that we're talking about is an semi-automatic system where you put a product insert together, ask for somebody to post a picture on Instagram, give them a $20 gift card to your website for them posting an Instagram post. This currently does not violate any Amazon terms and conditions as far as I know, because you're asking for an engagement. Now, Amazon could change that at any point in time, of course. And you're not technically supposed to market off of Amazon to the consumer. But once they, go to a social environment and post a picture, you don't need to market them anymore. You just want their user-generated content. Now, what I would do is I would put a virtual assistant in charge of just looking at the hashtag and messaging one-off user-generated code. So through your website, you would create a user-generated code, one-to-one per user for a $20 gift card, and then allow them to make a purchase. Now, you could charge shipping on your website to pad the damage a little bit, to make sure it's not abused and whatnot. But even if it was abused, as long as you're getting user-generated content, $20 a pop per photo, it's a bargain. It's really a bargain. So I highly recommend it. So that's why I think user engagement generation is the future of product review generation, because instead of incentivizing a review, you're going to incentivize the engagement. My name is Stephen Pope. I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy. We have a ton of videos that talk about social posts, how to get those set up, as well as other videos about product inserts. You can check out some of these playlists and videos here. And if you haven't, check us out at myamazonguy.com. When you're starting your new year in 2022, never been a better time to hire an expert to help you grow your sales faster. Same-day appointments available for coaching. Check out our available coaching staff here as well. Although I do hope you sign up for full service so we can grow your traffic and run your whole account. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Good luck in your 2022 review generating strategies.